More and more it feels as though we're living in a post-fact world. Our realities seem to be shaped by our political divisions. Our facts are dependent on which team we support. If we lean right, climate change is a hoax and straight white men are the most oppressed people on earth. If we lean left, climate change is real, and systemic biases against women and minorities continue to be a force in society. However, there is a false equivalency at play here. These realities are not two sides of the same coin. Sure, one side tends to overplay their hand considerably with identity politics and an annoyingly woke culture, but they live in a world shaped by facts and science. The other, however, has created its own world, where facts don't matter, science isn't real, trickle-down economics works for the working poor and middle class, and where Donald Trump is a champion of truth and not a complete moron. Let's get into it. The economic truths of the right wing have been used to subjugate the working poor and middle class for years, and they require the dedication of an entire episode, so stay tuned. Today, however, we're going to look more broadly at how the right has used their own form of identity politics to divide sections of the public in an attempt to confuse people, suppress the vote, and above all else, allow individuals to feel their own truths. Feeling as though something is true can be very addictive. It allows you to reinforce your own bias and validate long-standing beliefs that may not be grounded in fact. For example, feeling as though being white is under assault in America might make a person feel better, as it affords people the ability to play the victim and to discount any privileges they may have received, like the fact that African American men are 2.5 times more likely to be killed by a police officer than a white man at a routine stop. Or the fact that it still gets cold outside and therefore climate change is a Chinese hoax invented by the communists to lay the groundwork for a globalist cabal to steal your guns and leave you defenseless against the transgender takeover. For more on this, let's get into a little section we call the catch-up. There is such a thing as objective truth, and we cannot allow ourselves to be lured into an understanding that truth is entirely in the eye of the beholder. Sure, there are topics in which grey areas exist, particularly around personal ethics. You and I, for example, can have completely opposing views on abortion, and these policy disagreements are completely fine. In fact, they're important and healthy in a thriving democracy. But a democracy also needs parameters in which to operate. And these parameters only exist if both sides of the political aisle share and agree upon common facts. Facts like the sky is blue, grass is green, science is real, and the world isn't flat or 5,000 years old. And this is where we encounter an issue. Facts for a long time have not been a staple part of the right-wing diet. Over the past few decades, as Republicans have realised that the lowest possible turnout during elections correlate rather nicely with their ability to win said elections, they have wittingly or unwittingly settled on a single campaign platform. You can't believe anything. Republicans have decided you can't believe Democrats, you can't believe independents, you can't believe Republicans. Hell, you can't believe your own lying eyes and lying ears.
And just remember, what you're seeing and what you're reading is not what's happening.
Their half-truths, spin, and utter bullshit has become so apparent and so brazen that you find yourself thinking, if Trump's that confident, then maybe the sound of windmills do cause cancer. Maybe I should drink some bleach. Maybe Mexico will pay for the wall, or maybe these tax cuts going overwhelmingly to the top 1% will help feed my starving family of 4. This is not apples for apples. There is no equivalency between these two groups. Sure, the left often focuses way too much on cultural issues that appear in the grand scheme of things to be less significant than the gravitas we place upon them. But that is not the same as constructing a world in which your followers can believe whatever they want. A world in which negative press, no matter how true, is simply defined as fake news. A world in which the greatest purveyor of fake news can claim he made the term up and people actually believe him. Or a world in which people simply don't care, where they've been subjected to so many lies and so much spin that they don't know what to believe and they disengage completely. Conservatives, I know you've been told that what you're seeing and what you're hearing is not what's happening. But next time your hero tells you that stealth planes are literally invisible, that trade wars are good and easy to win, that the wall that doesn't exist just got 10 feet higher, or that the clock struck 13. I want you to sit back and try to separate the signal from the noise. If you're being fed a lie, there's probably a reason. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you stay up to date with all of our videos.